Hey kids, Uncle Dan here. I'm at St. Mary Our Mother in Horseheads. I know it's been like over a year already, but this is the Berkshire Opus 115. It's from the University of Notre Dame. As you can see, that's the grate over there in the choir, and that's the swell right there. And it's completely shutter action, so it's got full pedal board. So as usual, we have a 32-foot resultant bass, and that exists. And that is an actual pipe. So it's cool. We have a 16-foot principal that's partly unenclosed. Yeah, part of the facade is the principal. We have a 16-foot sub bass. We have an 8-foot principal. I think that should be an extension of the 16-foot. Yeah, it's an extension. We have an 8-foot gedeckt bass. It's nice, wonderful. We have a 5 1/3 foot quint bass. I haven't seen one of those in a long time, and I've played a Berkshire before. We have a 4-foot choral bass. That actually doesn't work on the lowest C, so we have a 4-foot float. We have a 2-foot octave. I only did the lower octave. For some reason, I cannot understand why 2 foots in the pedal exist. It's just me. And the 16-foot Posaune is actually a 32-foot. And that's actually electronic. So there should be a speaker in there. The fagot is a 16-foot pipe. So that's an actual speaking pipe. The 32-foot doesn't. We have an 8-foot trompette. It actually sounds more like a 16-foot. I think that is. And our 4-foots, we have a Klarine and a 4-foot Hautbois. And the Hautbois is a true 4-foot. The Klarine is probably an 8-foot, and you could couple it great in the swell and swell super octave. Moving up to the swell, we have a nice 8-foot St. gedeckt. We have a viol and a Schwebung. That's basically the celeste. The Schwebung is only in the treble clef. Our 4-foots, we have a prestant. The nocturne is actually a harmonic flute. I decided to do that. And we have a 2-foot principal. Let's put it with a harmonic, prestant, and the St. So that's more or less normal swell. We have a quint float, 1 1/3. And a 2/3 foot 3-rank shaft. And you could add it to what I just demonstrated. And you have a 16-foot fagot. And an 8-foot Schalmei, which is a oboe actually. And there's a tremulant. Let me use a gedeckt. And you can hear the tremulant, but shouldn't be too. And the swell super, and there's like several blanks. Moving down to the great, the Brumm Bass is non-existent because it was too burdensome. The great is unenclosed over right there with the choir, so we have an 8-foot principal. And that's also in the facade as well. We have an 8-foot Rohrgedacht. An 8-foot Dulcian. It's very nice. It actually sounds like a enclosed diapason, so that's pretty cool. We have a 4-foot octave. Also part of the facade, looks like it. We have a 2-foot flock float. I'm not even going to play the Mixtur because if you remember from Lord Whose Love and Humble Service, it is extremely sharp and deafening. So yeah, don't do that. But we do have a Sesquialtera and a 8-foot trompette. And that's the great. The choir is basically just the fagots. You have an 8-foot, a 4-foot, and you could add the 16-foot. And you could couple the great, you could couple the swell at 16, 8, and 4. And that is the choir. Usually, with this organ, I found that it's better that you add stops by hand, because if you listen to the preset, to the pistons, it can get a little loud. So that's just what I would say. So that's just a quick tour. I wouldn't even want to try the Sforzando because it would probably break windows. So that is the Berkshire. I should have done this a lot sooner, but I not usually hear all that often. So enjoy. Dan out.